welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci, and thank you so much for clicking whatever link led you here. I'm so happy you're watching, whether you're watching me say this like in real time or, years down the line when we're all dead. I'm just happy you clicked on this video and you're joining us for this show. Episode 69. That's fun. That's a nice. Fun number. There we go. Tyler's got the first nice. I'm so excited for tonight's episode, but before we get to that, just a quick couple of notes up top. I keep saying it because I want more followers. The show is now on Instagram and Twitter at IMDb Game. So if you're on either or both of those, please follow. It'll be easier to see what this show is without having to deal with whatever I feel like typing or taking a picture of that day. Also, as always, join the Facebook group. The link is in the description. Just search Inappropriate Movie Database. That's sort of the community of the game. That's where you get to, hang out with the people you see on the show. And if you want to be one of those people, I want you on the show. Anybody can do this. You don't really need to know about movies. We have a lot of people on the show that don't know anything about movies. We got maybe some people on the show tonight who don't know anything about movies. I'm now booking for March, and those dates are filling up. We still have some spots available for some upcoming shows, so please look at any of those social media websites. See if any of the dates and topics interest you, and if they do, please reach out to me, and I'll put you on. I love having new faces on the show. One of the things I'm excited about tonight is I've got faces on the show who are new to the game. They've been on a couple of episodes, and I'm just going to keep talking about them as if they aren't here right now, and going to keep monologuing up top. The topic of tonight's show is Threequels. If you saw Monday night's show, we did number 2s, so this is like a sequel to the sequel show. That's fun to me. Like I did in the last episode, I wanted to see a third movie, a threequel that I'd never seen in preparation for tonight. On Monday, I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze, which was terrible. So today I decided to finish up the trilogy and watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Lost in Time, or whatever that's called. Controversial opinion, best of the bunch. It's not good, but it's fun. So if you're here for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie recommendations, watch the third one if you haven't seen it in a while. I think that's enough talking for me. I think it's time to bring the contestants into the show. Joining me tonight are Conor Shanahan, Jere Pilapil, Maxwell Shultz, and Tyler Tuttle. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, good to be here.
I always love talking to everybody as a group because then nobody responds. So let's talk to you individually. Joining is one of the newer faces on the show. I'm so happy he keeps coming back. I want to see how this topic treats him. Conor Shanahan back on the show. Hey, Conor.
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
Well, how are you?
I'm hanging in there, man. Pretty wild out there. No need to go into that further, but I did some preparation by not looking at any threequels or anything, but I got up and went to work at 3 a.m. So my brain is even more frazzled than it normally is. So that's how I prepared for this battle royale.
Yeah, 3 a.m. on March 3rd. It's perfect. It's all in 69. That's a multiple of 3. We're all like in tandem right now.
That's right. And this is all just to show up the 2-2 Tuesday back in February. That is done. All right. It is March 3rd, baby. We get up and go to work at 3.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I felt bad sort of asking people if they had a favorite second movie in a franchise because I thought that might be too hard of a question. So I'm going to ask you, do you have a favorite third movie in a franchise?
Boy, that's nothing.
Too hard of a question?
No, I mean, an obvious one is, The Hobbit third movie. I'm just kidding. We're discussing that. But I mean, Return of the King is an incredible third chapter. So I guess I'll go with an easy one and go with that.
Slam dunk. Well, thank you for coming back
Great
to the
movie.
show. Excited to see
Thanks for having
how
me,
this
man.
works out for you. Also, new face of the show. So happy he keeps coming back on. So happy to see his face again. Maxwell Shultz back on the show. Hey, Maxwell.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Stressing about midterms because I'm dumb and went back to college as an adult.
Oh, fun.
But other than that, things are all right.
I'm glad you decided to take some time away from that to do a dumb YouTube show.
Well, I mean,
Well, same question to you that I asked to Connor. Is there like maybe favorite's too big of a word? Is there just a third movie you really like?
I'm glad you asked me second because I thought Connor was going to say this movie and he didn't. So now I really think the other two contestants are going to. But Toy Story 3.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely.
I love Toy Story 3. Although, super controversial opinion, I think Toy Story 4 is better.
That is controversial. I don't know that I can disagree, but I can't agree.
Yeah, I just think like Toy Story 4 had the better like character, like villain structure.
Oh yeah, I mean, 3 takes a lot from 2.
It does.
It's a lot of the
Yeah.
same beats.
We're gonna have to cancel the show so I can just defend Toy Story 3.
Oh, I
Oh,
love Toy Story 3. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm saying they're all great.
It's the best Pixar movie.
It's an amazing movie. One thing I love, there was a video going out at the time of this guy who was showing it to his mother, I think, but cut the movie when they were going into the incinerator and edited it so the credits just start playing at that moment. And it's a different experience if you watch it that way.
Yeah, it is. Makes the fourth movie real confusing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's toys. There's multiples of them, right?
That's how I justify it.
Yeah.
Some other kid just happened to have a bundle of the same toys. That happens.
Also, 4 has a suicidal fork, so that's fun.
Yeah, it is. The major part of the movie is suicide.
Yeah. Well,
That's
thanks
what
for coming.
Pixar's lacking. It needs more existential dread throughout. Just questioning why we're here.
Well, yeah, no, that's why we also have Inside Out and Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, now they're covering that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming back on the show. Also returning to the show tonight, been here a little more often than that. He tends to do pretty well at the show, so I'm excited to see. I've noticed with these real specific themes, it sort of evens the playing field, so I'm excited to see how that affects him. Jere Pilapil's back on the show. Hey, Jere.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you for coming back. I guess the question goes to you now.
Third movie, I'm going to go with Before Midnight and Goldfish.
Yes, absolutely.
Those are my two picks from two sides of the trash pond.
I was so excited for you to say Before Midnight. I missed the second pick.
Goldfinger.
Oh yeah, that is a third, isn't it?
Well, now I've given away that it is not on your list. Not one of the answers tonight.
Yeah, no. Also a great pick.
Yeah.
One of the best of that franchise as well. But no, the Before movies is what I want to go back to because that's just an amazing trilogy.
Yeah, they're
that
all
more
great.
people need to go back and watch.
Yeah, you need to feel the budding of love and the aging of it.
I kept expecting them to just drop a fourth one on us that they recorded during quarantine, and I still think it might be there.
You never know. I mean, no one expected Before Midnight, and then just
That's
kind of
true.
popped up, and it was like, okay, yeah, I guess you guys had some free time. Cool. As long as everyone's still alive, they can always do it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, go back if you've never seen Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, Before Midnight. Go watch those. It's just a great trilogy.
Or they're going
thanks
to
for
pull a
coming
Peter
back.
Jackson. I'm sorry, I keep talking over everybody. Or they're going to pull a Peter Jackson and then do the Hobbit trilogy after and do the after sunset, after sunrise. Really milk this property for all it's worth.
I'm excited for just about 3 a.m. That's going to be.
The Amazon $1 billion version.
Yeah.
The Bezos finance.
Finally, returning to the show, veteran of the show. He loves keeping it even. He is 7-7 right now. 7 wins, 7 losses. So either way, that's going to change tonight. Let's see how it goes. Tyler Tuttle is back on the show. Hey, Tyler.
Hello, I'm Tyler, and I'm here.
You are here. What are you promoting behind you today?
Oh, I found this is it's not showing up. This instruction manual for SpongeBob SquarePants: The Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I can't show you.
Not gonna happen.
But imagine that's a book you're looking at.
It's a pretty good book.
It's a great
That I'm
book.
looking
It's a couple pages long, and it teaches you how to play SpongeBob SquarePants and The Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
So I guess you're the last person I can ask the question to. Is there a third movie that you think we need to talk about?
I've never seen it, but I'm
Perfect.
a big fan of Madagascar 3: Europe's Most Wanted. Screenplay by Noah Baumbach, however you say his name. Oscar
Wonderful.
winner. Like, after he's a guy, he just went back to do this. Fascinates me.
Isn't he like a big collaborator with Ben Stiller though?
I think they did like Greenberg or one of those like sappy Ben Stiller movies together.
Yeah, so of course when you're on the set of Greenberg, you're just tossing out ideas for the next Madagascar.
Madagascar 3. It's also the one where Afro Circus, I remember that commercial being a bit of an earworm back in the day. That, and I like Austin Powers 3.
Yes.
It's a good third film.
Yeah, gold member and gold finger are both 3s.
Yeah, Gold Member is like 75% of the way to being a really, really great film.
Yeah, I mean, I
Gold
think
member.
it's better than the second one, but the first one is still like gold standard.
Second one's my favorite. I'd go 2, 1,
Really?
3. I love the second one. Maybe that's just I saw first though. They're all sort of very similar.
Uh-huh. No, I went back a couple of years ago and just went through the 3. And second one it felt like it was more of a retread. It was just a lot of the same jokes. And I know that that's like the whole series, but
Another thing I could spend the next hour defending. We don't have time for these opinions.
that's true. Enough opinions. Let's get to some dumb games.
Get to facts.
Get the opinions of the people trying to protect the children.
Well, you all know how this show works. You've all done this show before. If you're watching for the first time, here's what's going to happen tonight. I have gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies, all threequels tonight. Say every time these aren't written by me. I don't know who writes them. I'm more and more concerned as I dig deeper into some of these weirder, lesser-known movies. And I'm excited. I really hope some of these clues come up tonight because there's some good ones. Anyway, I'm going to read these warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie I'm warning you against. And I think we've bullshitted enough. I think it's time to get this show started. And to do that, Connor, I'm going to go to you first.
Sir. Okay.
Would you like a movie from 1989, 1992, or 2021?
Ooh, let's go 1989.
1989.
Ooh.
And he's already buzzing in. I will have to read this, but I'm going to ask you first anyway, so I hope the answer stays the same.
It's going to regardless.
First movie of the night from 1989 for 5 points. Tuttle's also buzzing in.
Yes,
5 points under
Come on, guys.
profanity. Under profanity, one hand gesture. A man gives guys in a truck the middle finger. Connor, what movie do you think this is?
I was gonna go with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and I'm still going with that.
Tyler, what movie do you think this is?
I would also like to go for Dr. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Remember,
Full
he's a
title. I'm
professor.
sorry.
He got that doctorate. I'm not going to disrespect it.
No, I'm so happy you both went for that. It's not Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
For sure, because there's trucks in that movie.
And middle fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Almost
Never
everyone
the
has
twain
one.
shall
in that
meet.
movie.
Good start.
That
All
was
right.
fun.
We were both so sure.
Yeah, that's one little thing I'll tell you is it's weird. I didn't find a ton of movies. I think the full list is only like 25 or 30 I'm pulling from. But so many of them came out in the same years. So you're going to see a lot of these years pop up again and again. So the year
Regardless
might
of the
not
year,
be
I'm
helpful.
going.
Anyway, for 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man asks where the Tylenol is after the fit he throws. Connor is buzzing in again. So is Tyler. Jere, Maxwell, anything? Okay. Tyler, what movie do you think this is?
The third vacation movie.
What is the third vacation movie?
Do I have to be specific?
In this case, I would say yes.
Fuck, because it's either it's one of the two. I don't remember.
No, that's fair,
Christmas
Connor.
or
Nobody wants to hear laughter on this.
serious business. It's vacation or European the Christmas or European. So I'll go Christmas and I'll try the other one next time.
Connor, what movie do you think this is?
I really want to go with Indiana Jones 3 again, but I'll go with Christmas Vacation on this one.
Maxwell, a little late on that. We just had a long conversation about what this movie might be.
Yeah, I thought I'd jump in.
Never hurts to try.
Yeah.
I will say I would have put you through all that even if it wasn't a vacation movie, but you picked the right one. This is Christmas
All right.
Vacation.
I couldn't remember which one came out when.
Yep,
Good for you,
European is
Tyler.
2, Vegas is 4.
Oh, that's fine. So it got better.
And then
It's a real roller
Vacation is
coaster.
5, because for fifth movies, they always just go back to the original title.
And what a worthy journey that was.
Other clues in Christmas Vacation under sex and nudity, a man talks to a sexy cashier and he starts messing up when talking and says hooter instead of hotter. It's a bit nipple outside instead of nippy out. And then he says adultery instead of adulthood. Sex and nudity, the Christmas tree is shown with a bra as an ornament. It's meant to be funny. And alcohol, drugs, and smoking, one of the uncles smokes a cigar in 2 scenes. At one point, it causes the Christmas tree in the house to literally burn down.
All of those things happen in Indiana Jones 3.
It's weird how coincidental.
Thank you.
2 of them in Back to the Future 3.
No, they got sued hard for just copying the script of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation to make the third Indiana Jones.
Oh.
Connor and Tyler in first place now with 3 points each. Jere and Maxwell in second place with 0 points each. Jere, would you like a movie from 1983, 1990, or 2011?
To 1990.
1990. All right, from 1990 for 5 points. Year after Indiana Jones and the Christmas Vacation came out. Under violence and gore, although there's a lot of violence, none of it was very graphic. Tyler is buzzed in. Anybody else? Tyler, what do you think?
Lethal Weapon 3?
It is not Lethal Weapon 3.
Like
But I
94,
appreciate your tradition of guessing a Lethal Weapon movie.
but you gotta.
Connor, I will have to read this next clue.
I'll put my hand down.
Thank
All
you.
right. For
You're
4 points under frightening and intense scenes, a girl rips her hand from nails. Tyler, what do you think this time? Hold on, Connor, do you not want to guess anymore?
No, I didn't after that.
Okay.
Prior to that, but you know what? I'll jump in and throw something out there.
You don't have to do that.
I don't have to do a lot of things, but
all right. Well, Connor, what do you think?
Give me 3 seconds to come up with something. This is, of course, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors, 1990s. No way is it? But of course, that's the answer. So yeah.
Jere, what do you think?
I actually was also going to go with that, just a blind guess.
Tyler,
It's
what do you
88.
think?
Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
You don't know Christmas Vacation, but you know the full title to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3?
I am a psychopath, Nicholas.
It is not A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors. Tyler, this is Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Well, the new one just came out. They're all in my head.
Nice.
Other clues than that, under violence and gore, a man gets cut for meat. We see cuts on his body, blood visible. Frightening and intense scenes. This is easily the second least violent film in the series, following The Next Generation. And frightening and intense scenes, a man chases and threatens people with a chainsaw throughout the film. Tyler moving into the lead with 6 points, Connor at 2, Maxwell at 0, Jere at -1.
I was gonna win.
Maxwell, would you like a movie from 1982, 1989, or 1995?
95.
95. I feel like a couple of people were hoping for 1989 to pop up again, but those couple of people are still raising their hand for 95 for some reason.
I'm here to play.
All right. Well, I will read this first clue, and let's see if this changes your mind. For 5 points under sex and nudity, a man comically grabs his crotch at one point. A cartoon honk sound effect can be heard as he does so. Jere, Maxwell, you want to get? Jere, do you want to guess? No. Maxwell, what movie do you think this is?
It's not Airplane. Is it Airplane 3 1/3?
Oh.
Tyler, what movie do you think?
He might have half got a better guess than mine, but I'm still going to go with the classic Lethal Weapon 3. Show it to me, Nick.
Jere, what do you think?
Naked Gun 33 1/3.
Damn it.
Connor, what do you think?
I think it might be that, but I'm sticking with that great scene when John McClane grabs his junk and it honks like a horn, and Die Hard with a Vengeance.
It is not Die Hard with a Vengeance. It is not Lethal Weapon 3. Unfortunately, Airplane 3 1/2, 3 1/3 doesn't exist. And it is not Naked Gun 33 1/3.
Oh.
We're running low on 90s threequels.
Wow.
Them all.
Yeah, I mean, you did at least 3 of them.
Or more?
For 4 points under sex and nudity, a man asks a woman out on a date by comically quipping to her, quote, "I've got to get you out of these clothes." After seeing her confused reaction, he explains, quote, "and into a black dress. Do you like the circus?" Brief and mild.
What?
Jere, what do you think this movie is?
Can't be, but maybe it might be Batman Forever.
Connor, what do you think this movie is?
I think it also may be Batman Forever.
That is this movie. It is Batman Forever, where the Riddler comically grabs his crotch at one point.
Hilarious.
I hear when Paul Dano does it in the new one, it's a lot more menacing. But they still use that cartoon honk, which, tonally weird choice, but that whole movie's twisted.
I mean, a cartoon honk and a real life honk are kind of the same. So just a lower pitch.
Other clues in this under alcohol, drugs, and smoking: a villain's invention of neural stimulation has the mild effects like that of a drug to the people who use it, making them elated and drowsy upon use. Sex and nudity: a woman flirts with the hero several times throughout the entire film. At one point, she squeezes the rubber pecs of his suit, and in the same scene, he asks if she's trying to get under his cape. She also slips off her jacket, revealing a tank top as she speaks in a sensual manner. And under frightening and intense scenes, while telling of his parents' murder, the main character explains that he fell into a pit and was confronted by a monstrous bat. The image is shown in the shadow. It lets out an unearthly screech as it approaches him, and the entire scene has a nightmarish/surreal atmosphere to it. Also, a brief plug for next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Category is The Batmen. We're doing movies with actors who have played Batman. So that's a fun little plug to watch out for. Tyler, still in the lead at 5. Connor, you have moved up to second place with 4. Jere at 1. Maxwell at -1. Tyler,
Yes.
would you like a movie from 1983, 2010, or 2017?
Oh, 2010. I got to guess.
I love that you do. Let's see if it helps. For 5 points under sex and nudity, several men wear togas that reveal all or part of their bare chests.
This isn't right. My guess isn't right.
Do you still want to guess? You don't have to.
Morally, legally, I don't have to. Morally, I do.
All right. Well, go ahead and take that guess, Tyler.
Toy Story 3.
Unfortunately not.
That would have been cool, though, if they had the toga scene.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, there are several instances where people vomit on screen. This can be difficult to watch or even listen to for some viewers. Jere's taking a guess. Anybody else?
This is going to bug the hell out of me when I find out what it is.
Jere, what do you think this movie is?
This would be The Hangover 3.
It is not The Hangover 3.
Solid stab.
Yeah.
For 3 points under violence and gore, several men run through a series of stun guns and cattle prods. The men are tasered and zapped, and they twitch, fall, and yell as they go. Connor and Tyler have both buzzed in. Jere, Maxwell, anything?
No idea.
Hey, Jere, what do you think?
Jackass 3D.
Connor, what do you think?
I also believe it is Jackass 3.
Tyler, what do you think?
Jackass Presents 3D.
This was the introduction of 3, the first time that technology was used. Jackass 3D is the movie.
I hate that I couldn't get that.
I knew the toga thing. I was like, I know this is going to bug the... it's when they were going with the jet ski. I see it now.
Uh-huh.
Gosh darn it. Just gosh darn it to heck.
Other clues for 2 points under frightening and intense scenes. The whole movie may shock viewers if seen in 3D. And for 1 point under sex and nudity, we see a fully nude man. His penis, testicles, bare chest, and legs are seen during a few stunts. We have a tie in first place now. Connor and Tyler, 7 points each. Jere at 3, Maxwell at -1. Connor, we're going back up to you.
Okay.
Would you like a movie from 1990 2012, or 2021?
Let's go 1990.
I already guessed Leatherface, so I don't know what it is.
It should just be Leatherface again.
Oh man, if it was, I would be able to guess that.
One of these days I might do that, but that's
That
so
would be
much
funny.
work.
Isn't it less work because you're saying the same thing twice?
Yeah, but I would have to come up with whole other clues.
Oh. You should be the same clue. See if you can catch us sleeping.
Yeah. Same clues, different order.
All right, this movie from 1990, same year Leatherface came out, for 5 points under sex and nudity. A young man's brief buttocks are seen in one scene. However, this can be easy to miss. For 4 points under violence and gore, a young man punches another man in the face a few times in the end, and he falls into a gravestone.
Got me stumped.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a young man has a whip thrown around him and is dragged around the street. He then has the rope thrown around his neck and is hung. He is briefly seen choking, but the rope is shot and he survives. Connor has buzzed in.
Wait. Mine's up.
Everybody's buzzed in. Tyler, what do you think this movie is?
Back to the Future, Part 3.
Jere, what do you think?
Back to the Future.
Maxwell?
Back to the Future 3.
Connor?
I also believe Back to the Future 3, yeah.
Everybody says Back to the Future 3. This movie is Back to the Future Part 3.
Where's the butt?
I don't
It's
know.
easy to
You
miss.
missed it. Yeah, you
did.
missed
It's easy. Somebody caught it. Somebody caught it and wanted to alert you.
These eagle-eyed IMDbers.
So easy to miss that butt.
Mm-hmm. Other clues under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A bar scene is shown in the Wild West setting of the film. One of the main characters is seen drunk and attempts are made to sober him up. And under violence and gore, at the end, the DeLorean is hit and crushed by a train, but no one is injured. Everybody gained the same amount of points in that, so scores are kind of the same. Connor and Tyler still tied in first place with 10 each now. Jere at 6. Maxwell back in the positives with 2. Jere, would you like a movie from 1989, 2004, or 2016?
1989 again.
1989 again. Already see people buzzing in. Wonder why. This movie from 1989, for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, the main villain is seen drinking early in the film and is also smoking cigars from time to time. Jere or Maxwell, any ideas? All right, let's see how this goes. Connor, what do you think?
I'm going to break some new ground here and say Dr. Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Tyler the Tuttle, what do you think?
Doc Indy and that Last Crusade, baby.
Still is not Indiana
correct?
Jones and the Last Crusade.
I think you better double check.
I'm pretty sure the guy drinks. I don't remember cigars, but he definitely probably drinks.
Turns out at least
the
three Threequels came out in 1989.
Oh,
for
boy.
4 points under violence and gore, a guy breaks another guy's nose with a punch. Bullies nearly get hit by a train as they drive recklessly. Tyler and Connor are buzzing in again. Tyler, what do you think this time?
The Karate Kid Part 3.
Connor, what do you think?
Yes, his answer ×2. I agree.
Karate
with
Kid
this
Part
stab.
6?
Yeah, I don't know
about
if
that.
it's not the Karate
Hilary
Kid Part
Swank's
6.
Revenge. All right.
Which I
will
think is Cobra Kai season 2.
Yeah.
Is Karate Kid part 6.
Where does
No,
Hilary
you're
Swank
both right.
fall?
You're both right. This is the Karate Kid part 3.
No, my
Oh,
bully
Wendy.
films.
Other clues in this, under frightening and intense scenes, an old man says he can't train the main character for tournament until he catches on what really happened. The main villain, meanwhile, pretends to help the main character when in reality he isn't, and even secretly laughs at one point. Later, he reveals his plan and it leads to a big fight. Violence and gore, some martial
Karate
arts
fight.
fights, and frightening and intense scenes. The film is darker and more frightening than part 1 and part 2, presumably because the main character is older in this film.
Or like
Parents
in Cobra,
need to know that he's secretly laughed. It's very important.
in Cobra Kai, they made it history that the lead villain was just super coked up during the events of that movie. Like he was just like, I was on cocaine, guys. I don't know why I was harassing teenagers.
I mean, that makes sense. I feel like that would be the same excuse the actor would have.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
He's a method actor, yeah.
Battle wages on between Conor and Tyler, still tied in first place now with 13 each. Jere at 6, Maxwell at 2. Maxwell,
Me.
would you like a movie from 1987, 2004, or 2012?
2004.
2004. Tyler already has a guess, and one of these days I should figure out how to take a point away from you for doing this. But I want to be able to read at least one clue because they're fun.
Oh, I like years. I'll wait. I'll be good
2004.
today.
For 5 points under violence and gore, a girl punches a boy in the face. Tyler's going to stick with buzzing in. Anybody else? What do you think, Tyler?
I'm surprised I'm the only one if I'm right. Is this The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King?
Yeah, you should be surprised nobody else guessed that. I mean, it did come out a year before, so it's not this
that's
movie.
why. I was like, if I'm right. I said if I'm right. Might be a fool. I got another one for later.
Okay.
That Witch King is such a bully, isn't he?
You know the Lord of the Rings movie filled with girls and boys. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, the movie is a bit scarier than the previous ones, but still not that scary. Connor's going to take a guess this time. So is Maxwell. Jere, Tyler, anything? Tyler, what do you think?
How about that third X-Men? That came out around this time.
Maxwell, what do you think?
I forget the full title, but the third chapter of Star Wars.
Connor, what do you think?
I forget what the clue just was that you read, so I'm going to say Scream 3.
It is not Scream 3. It is not the third or the sixth chapter of Star Wars. It is not X-Men 3.
All right, it could have been.
It could have been.
So fucking smart for not trying.
I think that one's called The Last Stand.
It is.
They all blend together at a point. They make too many damn X-Men movies.
For 3
Isn't that one the
points.
Bully Puncher?
They're all in a school, right?
For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the scene where the main character blows up his aunt could be considered frightening to some, but most would probably consider it hilarious. Let's see, everybody but Maxwell.
I got one. Hold on, let me put my hand up.
Okay, Maxwell, what do you think?
Is it Scary Movie 3?
Jere, what do you think?
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Tyler, what do you think?
I'm very torn because I want to say Spider-Man, but it's probably Harry Potter.
Which one are you saying?
Well, Spider-Man's funny because I want a scene where he blows up Aunt May. but Harry Potter is the answer. I'll do Harry Potter, I guess.
Connor, what do you think?
I was gonna say Prisoner of Azkaban, but now I'm getting swayed to Spider-Man myself. I'll do Prisoner of Azkaban, I suppose.
Unfortunately, it is not Scary Movie Part 3. This is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah,
That
thank
lady
my
was.
fiance for playing Lego Harry Potter with me all the past couple months.
That in 100 here.
I mean, one that might have helped out would be the next clue under frightening and intense scenes in a Quidditch match. He strikes a chaser's broomstick, making him fall down. And under frightening and intense scenes, the plot of the film revolves around a convicted murderer escaping from prison and going after the main character, supposedly to kill him.
Harry's on, yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, Connor, you have moved into first place with 15 points. Tyler at 14. Jere still in the game, 9. Maxwell down to 0. But we still have 5 movies left. That's 25 points still on the board.
There's bound to be one more 89.
What
Now
makes
it's
you say that?
2003.
Tyler, would you like a movie from 1982, 1997, or 2012?
Let's go 97. I can't think of that one.
Weird way to play the game, but sure.
Duffy.
All right, from 1997, for 5 points under profanity, not much. 2 uses of oh my god and 3 uses of oh god. A couple of slang terms were used, like thing and winky. The word damn is used by a parrot singing Bad Bad Leroy Brown. The word hell is used a few times in a song called My Town by Cartoon Boyfriend. Tyler and Maxwell have both buzzed in. Maxwell, what movie do you think this is?
Is it Aladdin and the? That's not Prince of Thieves. It's the other one, Aladdin 3. I don't know what it's called.
Tyler, what do you think?
We have equally wild pulls. I hope one of us is right. I'm gonna go Neverending Story 3.
It is not Neverending Story 3. Maxwell, I was trying to figure out your logic, but I guess there is a parrot in the Aladdin movies that may be saying Bad Bad Leroy Brown. It is not Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Oh, that is the third one? All right.
It's 40 Thieves or something's in the title.
It's the King of Thieves because it's his dad. Spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Midas's hand. It's a good flick.
That's the new Coda, Death of Michael Corleone, right there.
Yeah.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, a woman says that a boy's body is covered in chickenpox spots, to which his sister asks, would that include his buttock region?
Precocious children.
You know how siblings talk.
Not answering this.
Constantly, they're like, how ill is your butt?
Bunch of pervert children is what I'm hearing in this movie.
For 3 points under violence and gore. Like the first and second movie, there is slapstick violence.
Well, that cleared it up.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
Connor's
enough to
running
give
away
Connor
with
a guess. Does anybody else want to take a guess? Connor, what do you think?
Oh, is it too late for me to
Okay,
try?
Tyler, what do you think?
This is Mighty Ducks. They got a third one around this time.
Connor, what do you think?
I really don't know why I'm going with this, but I'm going Beethoven's Third.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That is a
a
good
good guess. It is not Beethoven's Third.
Everyone was really impressed with it, though. Maybe he should lose a point.
Yeah.
It's just a freebie.
It is also not D3, The Mighty Ducks.
Come on.
We're guessing all the kid threequels at this point. We got to get it to 1 point.
Or 2 points under violence and gore. At the end, we see a small amount of red in a man's crotch area from getting hit with a crowbar. It is not overly graphic.
Oh, that's insane that's in there.
Still Connor and Tyler, Jere, Maxwell. Anything? Maxwell's just confused.
Yeah, I have
Jere,
no idea.
Yeah, Jere, what do you think?
Home Alone 3.
Tyler, what do you think?
Alone 3.
Connor, what do you think?
I think it's Home Alone 3 as well.
This movie is Home Alone 3.
Ugh.
Starring
Like
as
One
the
that
sister.
Ebert liked.
Uh-huh. As the sister who asks, would that include his buttock region? Real young Scarlett Johansson.
It's weird though, because she's still his older sister, so it's an insane question to ask.
It is also
like-
one of 2 movies where she plays that same actor's older sister.
What's the other one?
My Brother the Pig.
Oh, I missed that one. somehow.
Uh-huh, everybody
it-
did.
Isn't he also in Under the Skin?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Is that him
Little
as well?
cameo.
Alex
My Brother the
DeLunt's
Pig is
cameo.
Pig 3, right?
Final clue in that, under violence and gore, a boy drops objects from the house onto the bad guys.
It's a good one.
And hey, Marty is in the comments on YouTube saying finally. I don't know if that is in reference to y'all finally getting Home Alone 3 or me finally using Home Alone 3.
Can't 2 things be true?
It can
Out
be.
to Marty.
Connor, you maintain your lead now at 16. Tyler at 14. Jere at 11. Maxwell at -1.
Awesome.
But then again, Maxwell, you said you don't know movies, and this is sort of on par for that claim. So you're not.
That is true. That is true. That's why I come here, to prove my my innocence.
Well, we got 1 more go around. 4 movies left. 1 more for each of you. Connor, we're going back to you.
Nick, I'll go with 1989.
That's not one that I'm
Raise my hands.
going to give to you.
All right.
Would
I might
you
have a
like-
guess in mind already.
All right. Would you like a movie from 1983, 2004, or 2017?
I'll have to go with 83.
83. And the clarification is that it's finally, y'all got Home Alone 3. So we've cleared that up. Hi, Marty. Can't wait for you to come back on the show.
Big ups to Marty.
What's up, Marty?
Hello, Marty.
All right. 1983 for 5 points. Under 6 in nudity. A young couple cuddle in the seawater half naked. Connor, are you buzzed in?
Well, I was, and I'll stick with my guns. And
Right.
I'm glad I
and
didn't
I'll
do that.
say, and this, of course, is Return of the Jedi. And in the background, there are 2 cuddly Ewoks just going at it in the surf. It's like
Nick, you might
from
be
here
onto
to eternity. You know,
gonna do this exact same thing.
It is not
Return of the
Return
Jedi.
of the Jedi. For 4
Okay.
points, under frightening and intense scenes, because the film is bad, all of the special effects don't make the film believable to be frightening.
To be frightening. Oh, okay. Oh,
I see everybody but Connor now.
I had a true
Connor,
Ranger
real
emotion.
bold at the box, but not anymore. All
I'll
right.
show you bold.
Okay, cool. I bullied you into it. Connor, what do you think this movie is?
Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Still not Return of the Jedi.
Bold.
No spoilers. We haven't all guessed yet.
Maxwell, what do you think this movie is?
Another one I don't remember what the full title is, but is it the 3rd Night of the Living Dead movie?
Jere, what do you think?
Superman 3.
Tyler, what do you think?
Dennis Quaid's Jaws 3D.
It is not Day of the Dead. It is not Superman 3. This movie is Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. I mean, this movie is Jaws 3D.
Dennis Quaid's Jaws 3D.
Yeah. Pretty much the same plot as Jurassic Park when you look at it. It's like they're pushing out this theme park too soon, you know. Giant dinosaur comes back.
Instead of a bunch of dinosaurs, it's one kind of big shark.
But like not Jurassic believable Park. To be frightening.
Yeah. Oh, it's got some technical issues, that picture.
You guys seen the Randy Quaid cut? It's incredible.
Other clues in this: under violence and gore, a dead corpse is seen in a window. We see it again in close-up, and another shot shows his arm already been bitten off. Violence and gore. That was a dead corpse? The film has a body count about the same as the first film, but is more graphic and arguably the goriest of the series. And frightening and intense scenes, there's a close-up shot on a shark's victim's decomposing head with an eel squirming from its mouth. This shot is quite disturbing when viewed in the original 3D version. Tyler, you have overtaken the lead, now at 18. Connor, you're at 14. Jere at 10. Maxwell at -2. It is sweet. It is almost anybody's game. We've got 3 movies remaining. Jere, would you like a movie from 1992, 2011, or 2021?
2011.
2011.
That's good. I don't know that one.
That's tricky. 2011 for 5 points. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, we see a joint in 3D. Tyler's going to take a guess. Anybody else? Tyler, oh, hold on. Maxwell, what do you think this movie is?
Is it Men in Black 3?
Tyler, what do you think this is?
This movie is a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas.
Oh.
It is not Men in Black 3. Again, you can't remember which vacation movie is third. But you got a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Did I get it right?
You got it right for 5 points.
I got the title right is way more impressive to me. It's the dumbest title.
I will say 3D isn't in there, but I'm going to give it to
when
you
it was in
because
theaters.
Way too close.
Yeah, I didn't know that one was in 3D, or I would have guessed it.
I saw it in 3D. Really weird. It's not a good movie for 3D because it's just like Kumar's life is super sad. And he lives in like a dingy apartment and he's like alone and just like smoking out of a dirty bong in 3D.
Out of every movie to come up tonight, that's not the one I thought would go on the 5-point clue.
There's not a lot of movie with 3D joints.
I guess that's true.
It's a really small list.
3 other people didn't know.
Well, I'm a true psychopath, so.
Other clues in that, under sex and nudity, a man's penis becomes stuck to a pole, and we see it stretching as he pulls away. Violence and gore, a man punches Santa in the crotch. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, the main character smokes marijuana in a car with an infant in it, and we see it inhaling the smoke. And violence and gore, Neil Patrick Harris gets kicked in the face. Tyler, real commanding lead right now in distance of the high score. Now at 23. I believe the high score is 28. We got 2 movies left, so Connor, you can still catch up. You're at 14. Jere, you're at 10. Maxwell at -3.
All I got to do is break -2. I don't go on the board.
All right, where are we? Maxwell, would you like a movie from 1982, 1983, or 1989?
Do 89.
I was ready.
For some reason, we've got Connor and Tyler buzzing in again for 1989.
Oh, you guys got to get in on this at some point.
I am a polite man who waits for the clues.
Now, Jared's showing us up.
1989, third time we've visited that well tonight. Also for the penultimate movie, for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes, the rats scene may be disturbing for children as young as 4.
That's so specific.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody's going to take a guess on this one. Maxwell, what do you think?
I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but is it The Rescuers 3?
Jere, what do you think?
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusaders of the Lost Ark.
Connor, what do you think?
Gotta go with Return of the Jedi on this one.
Tyler, what do you think?
Lethal Weapon 3. Oh wait, I want to go Indiana Jones. I want to take this score. I'm gonna.
Yeah, take the high score.
If this is right, or I'm just sounding like a real jerk.
Maxwell,
Rats.
the reason why you think it's not Rescuers 3, is it because that movie also doesn't exist?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
That movie's all rat scenes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm the one with the copy.
The one rat scene from Rescuers 3. Rescuers Up Over. Yeah, of course. I mean, how many threequels could have come out in '89? Eventually, it was going to be Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. Finally, that paid off for 2 of you for some reason.
Yeah.
It was always 2 people guessing, so the numbers add
Yeah,
up.
but one. Jared's new to the game.
For doing
Listen,
bookkeeping.
I promised myself I was only gonna offer up Indiana Jones 3 twice tonight. It was something I said to myself before I started, and I stuck to my guns. Return of the Jedi is a different story. I can offer that one up several times.
It was Sean Connery's final wish that you only offer it twice.
I figured with my
you know me
score, I
well.
might as well take random stabs.
The man now, dog.
The other clues in that, for 4 points under violence and gore, a man is shot in the head and blood dribbles down his face. We see the
Rescuers
bullet
3?
stuck in his forehead. Violence and gore, when a young man is trying to defend himself from the lion with the bullwhip, he inadvertently lashes a bloody scar onto his chin. A scene they added to justify the fact that Harrison Ford has a scarred face.
He was great in Scarface.
Under violence and gore, 60 deaths total. Even though this movie is not that violent compared to the other installments, it has the highest body count and the best action. And violence and gore, a woman deliberately gives a man the wrong cup, claiming it is the Holy Grail. Upon drinking from it, the man ages rapidly. His skin rots, his eyes shrink into their sockets, and his hair grows long. He then turns into a skeleton and shatters on the wall.
Can I change my answer at this point?
Unfortunately, no, I think the time has passed.
Unless
Unless Tyler,
really
do
sold
you
me.
want to change your answer?
I do
No.
kind of want to go back to Lethal Weapon 3.
One movie remains, and spoiler alert, Tyler is now tied for the all-time high score in this game.
Take it.
28
The smart
points.
money's not to guess, so I'm going to guess immediately. I don't even need the year. Lethal Weapon 3.
Jerry, you're at 15. Connor, you're at 13. Maxwell at oh no, you did guess incorrectly on that. Maxwell at -4.
That's what I thought.
I do
And,
like that we can make up movies for answers now.
Yeah.
The precedent's been set.
Yeah.
Tyler, you get to pick the last movie of the night.
I'm gonna pick the year closest to Lethal Weapon 3 time.
Would you like a movie from 1987, 2017, or 2021?
All right, so we really avoided Lethal Weapon 3 times with those. I don't know. I can't think of a new threequel, so I want to go with 2021. Let's challenge ourselves.
Let's challenge ourselves.
What I've been doing all night.
Challenge
Exactly.
ourselves.
Let's all play like Max, guys.
Yeah.
Let's not putting in 110%.
This final movie of the night from 2021. Last year, this threequel came out. For 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a woman jokingly tells her son that there had better be a bar in the small town.
That come out in 2021?
Maybe. Tyler's gonna take a guess. Does anybody else want the chance for points in this? Jared's also gonna take a guess. Jared's no longer gonna take a guess. I waited too long. Tyler, it's up to you.
The Ghostbusters 3 Afterlife. Hello?
Tyler, you are the first player to ever go past 30 points in this game.
Oh.
This
Finally.
is Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Sitting through that piece of shit movie finally paid off.
I was gonna guess that, but didn't know if the other one, the lady one, counted.
I was well. This Rex sequel, because they.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I hate that movie.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable calling Ghostbusters Answer the Call a sequel. That was a reboot, reimagining. This was a sequel.
It was a direct.
Yeah.
Egon's daughter's a drunk. She
done.
needs to go to the bar.
And I will say, it is one of 2 movies from 2021 that are threequels that I have on my list. So you picked the right one. Other clues in Ghostbusters Afterlife under sex and nudity, there are occasional comic sex references, such as to boning, humping, pole dancing. A man unintentionally refers to himself as an escort, and a teen boy being a virgin. Violence and gore, only one sequence of violence, but everything else in the film has no violent material at all, except for some supernatural elements. Frightening and intense scenes, a mythical wolf-like creature chases a man through a superstore and through a parking lot with the intent on killing him. And frightening and intense scenes, a ghost is released from a trap at a point where you don't expect. This causes a jump scare scene.
Ooh.
That was Ghostbusters Afterlife. This was Inappropriate Movie Database. Our final scores for tonight. Maxwell at -4. Connor in 3rd place, 17 points ahead at 13. Jere at 15. Tyler running away with the entire show. New high score at 33, making Tyler the winner for tonight.
And a crown.
Wow. That was
Really like a WWE belt.
That was so fun. Thank you all for doing that.
No problem. I'll work on
time.
writing Rescuers 3.
We got a pitch to make to Disney Plus tonight.
Yeah.
Before we go, if there is anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, Connor, I'll start with you.
Thanks for having me. It's great, fun. You guys are awesome. That was a blast. And I'm good. Everyone have a great week. So yeah.
Thanks for doing it. And I do have to mention this, and I feel bad about this. I think you might be one of the highest scoring players to never win this game. I keep putting you up against real heavy competitors. I think this is your second 15-point game.
I have a
Or
lot of
13
fun
points.
either. I have a great time doing this, and yeah, that's that.
One
Can't
day
take that
you're-
away from me, you son of a bitch.
One day you're going to get this.
Problem. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Jere.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Letterboxd as @swingdingling, and you can find my writing at filmsims.com.
Hell yeah.
And I stream on Twitch a lot now, just Twitch Swing Dingling as well.
What have you been streaming lately?
Persona 5 lately. No, sorry, Persona 4 lately.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maxwell.
You can see me do stand up live and in person or on streaming tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at One Broadway Collaborative. You can go to onebroadway.org for information. It's a show I'm putting on monthly, and Casey Crawford is headlining. Chris Cameron is featuring. I'm opening. George Newton is doing a guest spot, and Marlia Rose is hosting. It should be really fun. Other than that, you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Maxwell Shultz, spelled like I assume it is on everybody's screen right now. And otherwise, just if you yell real loud, I might answer you.
Perfect. And that is a great lineup on that show. Check that show out. You always have good lineups on your show.
Thank you. You're just saying that because you're on one of them.
I know, and that's going to be one of your weakest ones. I'll say that much. But,
your show's got a really good lineup.
I know. I just hope I don't bring it down too much. Finally, our winner, Tyler.
Yeah, I want to promote Jere considering playing SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman after he finishes Persona 4.
If it's on somewhere I can get it. I know that
it's not
after the Bikini Bottom one.
No, it's just on the PlayStation 2 and on those blue discs that only work on some of the PlayStation 2s. So it's very inaccessible. I'm gonna promote that. Just you're thinking about it. Because I seen if it's worth the trouble.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, at first I have to get a time machine and then go back to when I was in college and let myself know to steal a disc from work, and also make sure my PS2 works 30 years later.
Are you telling me this game isn't on Steam?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game was terrible.
That doesn't answer the question.
Didn't stop them from remastering the Battle for Bikini Bottom or whatever that the title.
Oh boy, this was one of the few games I owned at a period of my childhood, so I was like forced to play it Stockholm Syndrome style. It's bad.
Well, we are so far off course now. Thank you once again to all my guests: Conor Shanahan, Jere Pilapil, Maxwell Shultz, Tyler Tuttle. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game, or on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video you're watching. We do the show Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, every Monday, every Thursday. We got a bunch of shows coming up this month. One of them, like I said, this Monday is The Batman, and we still have like a space, I think, on that show. So if you're watching this and you think you want to be on, please reach out to me. I want to have you on either on that one, or like I said, I think there's a couple more shows with spaces left this month. So please check those out. Reach out to me. Tell your friends, like, subscribe, do all that YouTuber stuff. I'm terrible at promoting this show, so you do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and watch other videos. These are so fun to do. We've had a great run lately. So any show that you pick from the recent batch, it's going to be a winner. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you watch more. I hope you come back. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.